Well, today we're going to talk about the oil field and the HOA. You see this quart of oil? I remember you'd buy it for $2. Now it's almost $10. Yeah, well, you can't always put all the blame on the demo rats. You know, Gavin Newsom and all that. Some of that, this price is high because of the HOA. Yeah, you know, oil field has some prime property and these developers want that so they can build houses. Yeah, I remember California along the ocean, nothing but oil wells. Yeah, it was an oil field, you know, and now they're shutting them down because of greedy people building $1 million homes, $3 million homes, $10 million homes there. And yeah, I got a friend who lives in an HOA, and it used to be an oil field. Yeah. Yeah, so a lot of people at oils think, oh, the higher the price of oil, the better it is. Not always. Oil is oil. It comes from the ground. Maybe they add some additives to it, you know. And the car companies, they're ripping you off. You go check your transmission oil, there's no dipstick. Oh, the oil lasts the life of the transmission. You don't want that. You may have a dipstick underneath your battery box on your car. Okay? There's a plug on the pan, you pull out, a little bit may come out, then you got to put in an Allen wrench up in there and pull out another screw. It's like an overflow tube so they don't overfill the transmission. Yeah, I remember going down by the oil fields in the 70s. Ooh, it stinks. Yeah, a friend of mine's a mud engineer. He says, oh yeah, they must drill some dirty oil deeper in the ground. He said, cleaner the oil. So, but what they don't tell you, they built those HOA homes about the chemicals they used in the oil field. Yeah, how many of them coming up with cancer? You know, I made deliveries to places where nice golf course, they closed it down because they built it on top of a landfill, and methane gas started coming up through the ground. They'd tear it all down. Yeah, they built a housing tract one time, and the same problem. They tore all those homes down. A developer's gonna redo it and rebuild homes. Yeah. So yeah, you see these guys, they're saying so many miles for an oil change. You don't want to do that on your car. You don't want to go over 5,000 miles. Alright, find out how much your transmission oil pan holds, drain that pan out. If it's 3 quarts, just keep adding new 3 quarts every 5,000 miles. Yeah, your car doesn't have a transmission dipstick. The fill, where you fill it up at, might be underneath the battery tray. But now some cars, they put it in the trunk, so it won't be there. But it's all because they don't want you doing it. They're putting cheap transmissions. They do very bad in the mountains going downhill, and they won't hold the car back on the steep grade. People are riding the brakes. But we noticed, I remember when diesel was cheaper than gasoline. Propane was cheap, but they brought that up quite high too because they don't want people converting their cars over to propane. So you can't drive it for $2 a gallon. Other states a lot cheaper. Anyways, the high price of gas. You can think about those people who live in that HOA, the pigeons. You buy a house built on an old oil field, you don't really own it. 99-year lease, and you can't keep the house in the family forever. Anyhow, thank you for watching my video. Price of oil gone up, not because of Trump war. Part of the blame goes probably to some of those HOAs. Alright, thank you for watching my video.